Hello and welcome back to Dukascopy TV. Now, when we last had Edgar Brandt Advisory on the programme, we looked at direct investments and some of the fundamental characteristics behind them. Well, obviously, if you haven't seen that interview, head to our YouTube site or the website itself and search under interviews for that. But this time we're going to be looking a little bit more about the relationship between ultra-high net worth individuals and direct investments. With me in the studio I have Christian Mustad, partner at Edgar Brandt Advisory. Hello Christian, welcome to the studio.
Thank you for having me.
Just like I said in the intro, we touched briefly on the relationship between direct investments and ultra-high net worth individuals. Just sticking with that, what makes you think they are more interested in direct investments now than, say, last year, for instance?
Today, I'd say something that really has appeared in different forums, where family office matters are discussed, really, is that from the business cycle perspective, and also from the whole evolution of financial products and offering, the interest in direct investment is increasing. Why? Number one, because it's been a while now that financial advisors to ultra-high net worth individuals have had to have a very defensive position in terms of what they were advising. Question marks all over regarding all asset categories. And if you take this and you add to that, I'd say a more structural element, which is a backlash against complex financial products, anything that looks like package and these elements, these two sort of drive family offices, asset managers towards looking to investing directly. Why? Because all of a sudden it's not just looking at a pet investment. I like that company, I like that team, or whatever. It's really we might invest, in fact, in a company we understand, or we at least can work and understand it thoroughly.
Is that partly to do with just sort of fear of safety, having that control? Because I know, some analysts would say that these days a lot of investors are, putting money in a pot and saving it.
Yes, there's a clear link, but the option of direct investments there is really, going back to the basics of value creation. I don't want intermediaries. I don't want complexity. Formulas that somehow are going to generate above average returns or whatever. I just want, I've had my finger burned with lots of different things, so I want to go back and understand, how, be close to the actual mechanism of growing. The economy, after all, doesn't grow out of a miracle. It's really people working, conquering market shares and whatever. And I think there's a drive towards, authentic stories and understanding and investing in things that one really, really can relate to.
Okay, and if you think there's been a change since, particular change since last year, or if you like a trend, and this is fashionable to take control of their own investments, be sort of master of it, if you like. Have you noticed a change or a change in fortune for the companies who aren't listed?
I'd say not yet, because actually there's this trend has to be balanced with another one. From the concept, the idea, the desire of saying I'm going to allocate more of my money towards direct investment, to the actual investment that is made, i.e. you have detected the right company with the right profile, approach management, done the whole process, it takes some time. So there's an increased interest, and that's good, but it's going to take a while for it to materialize for SMEs, I'd say, around the world. I think they're suffering from the increasing gap from traditional players, and this is happening now. I think it's a source of relief, potential relief for them in the near term, to say that maybe ultra-high net worth individuals will become structurally a more important part of financing this dimension of the economy.
Looking into the sort of further onto the future now, do we see is this going to last? Is this something that's now going to be sort of a regular sight now, the kind of strong relationship between ultra-high net worth individuals and direct investments?
I think there's arguments on both sides. I think it's difficult to have certainties in these matters, but I would say that there is a continuing need on the demand side. SMEs are there, they exist, they form a significant part of the economies of every country virtually. So they will be around and they will need financing. This sort of shift towards more substantial link between where I invest and how I understand it, that I think it's safe to say that this is going to last. There are a few challenges there. If these are not resolved, it's going to be tough.
Well, Christian, we'll have to explore those other matters another time. But thanks very much for coming into the studio once again.
My pleasure.
That's all we've got time for here on Dukascopy TV. As I said at the beginning of the interview, check out our website and the YouTube channel, because you'll see the original interview from last year. Might give you a bit of context as well on this interview. But until next time, goodbye.